Hey guys, and welcome back. This is a new series on my channel, not new on Graham's channel, but we've had our own little podcast, so we're running a little bit. Nothing crazy or anything, we just sit down, play some video games, relax. I'm here with Graham and Jackson, and we have a certain topic that we're going to run on. I think tonight we're going to talk about specifically like near-death experiences, accidents, and stuff like that. If you want to go to the first episode, it's on Graham's channel. I'll leave a link to the video in the description if you want to watch the first episode. We're gonna go ahead and hop into the second episode right now. You guys want to say anything?
Yep. Hey, I'm.
Sorry, I had to get that out of the way.
I'm Jackson, and basically I just sit here and talk.
And I'm Grimangel.
That's basically it.
I also sit here and talk
While playing video games. It's a good time.
while we play video games.
Yeah, best of both worlds.
So you can just start it off whenever.
All right. Do we want to go with the car accident? Start with that?
Yeah, just start with that.
I mean, you don't remember much, right? So
Yeah.
I guess that's something I'll probably mainly talk about
But
then.
our fans should know because obviously they missed us the last 2 months.
I mean, that's true. I also haven't exactly given a full explanation of what happened. Like, I've said some stuff over streams and whatnot, but I've never, like, sat down and, like, fully explained what happened. And actually, on the night we're recording this, it happened exactly 2 months ago. On the night that we're recording this, which is kind of spooky, but, it was November 15th. It was roughly 9:30 p.m. at night, and we wanted to go get some food. It was me, Jackson, and Bailey. We were going down to get some food. They wanted to go to the beach. They being Jackson and Bailey, they wanted to go down to the beach. And I don't like going to the beach at night. I've always said that's kind of weird for me. I don't like going to the beach at night. But they wanted to go, and long story short, we didn't end up making it to the beach. So we start going down to drive to the beach, and we get, I would say, we got about 75% of the way there. And we were going down this windy road while it was late at night. It was slippery. It was dark. It was wet outside, and we were going too fast around a turn. We lost control of the car. And then we slid into like a reverse T-bone kind of effect, and we ended up hitting the car passenger door first, which was the side I was on, and then we hit the car so hard because we were going far too fast that we actually spun around, did like a full 360, and hit the same car twice, which I later didn't know until like a month after the accident because I don't remember spinning, so that must have been when I blacked out because I didn't know if I'd blacked out or not. And then from there, I'd say paramedics were on site in like less than 5 minutes for sure.
Yeah, because we were checked into the hospital by 10:15.
Yeah, so it all happened quick. I think the guy that was in the other car was kind of an older man. I'd say he was probably in like his 40s or 50s. That's all I can remember about him. But as we woke up, Bailey was like knocked out cold. Like he was out. Like he was bleeding.
Man was out for like 3 days.
Yeah, he was bleeding from his mouth and from his nose. So I honestly thought Bailey might have fucking died because he started seizing in the car, which kind of freaked me out. Honestly, I was like not ready for that. Which kind of spooked me. But then once the paramedics did arrive, we also went through a fence. That's right. I forgot about that part.
Yeah, and school fence.
Yeah, we went through a school fence. But we also once the paramedics got there, they strapped down Jackson to an actual stretcher because he couldn't remember a single thing besides his own name.
Dude,
I mean, I honestly thought you had lost like all your memory, dude. I thought it was over, dude. We get to the hospital, and like I was waiting out in the waiting room because all I had was what I thought was a headache. So I thought I was chilling. I thought I was fine. While I was waiting for Jackson to get out of the emergency room and whatnot, and they later pulled me aside to do some testing. They figured out I had a fractured skull along with some internal head bleeding and some other things. So they ended up taking me to downtown Seattle with Harborview Hospital. Jackson, what injuries did you have?
Yeah, so basically I'll just give my perspective of the car accident. So basically, like Corey said, I remember leaving the Sherry's restaurant, but I don't remember. Actually, I don't remember leaving Sherry's. I don't remember.
Yeah, because we never got to Sherry's.
The Seahawks played the Packers that night.
Yeah.
And it took me. I remember leaving the house, but I don't remember anything after leaving the house.
We never made to Sherry's.
Oh.
Yeah. See, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That we gone Sherry. Okay. Well. See, you learn new stuff every day. Basically, so the car crash happens or whatever. I started regaining like some memory around, I'd say like 2 in the morning, because I couldn't go to sleep obviously, because like if you have a brain injury, like they don't let you sleep because it's bad for you, unless you're Bailey, then you're kind of forced into sleep because that man was out. But yeah. I don't remember anything, but like my sister tells me like things that like I was saying or doing, and like Corey was there obviously. I had when the accident first happened and I was in the ambulance, I had actually thought that my ex-girlfriend and I were still dating. I thought prom like hadn't happened yet, and prom take it was what 7 months,
6-7 months
6
ago?
months.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 months before the accident happened, so I got knocked back pretty far in time. I had actually like Snapchatted her that like I loved her. I was like, hey, I love you.
They should not have let you have your phone.
Dude, I know. They should not have let me have my phone. Like, there was no reason I should have had any screen access, but fuck it, you know. Swedish hospital's not really the best. But anyways, so I Snapchat, I'm like, I love you. And like, later that day, like after I'd gone home and like woken up, I had like talked to her and like, I was like, oh fuck, rip, my bad. Because obviously, I didn't know I had said those things because I was like brain dead. Like I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, what injuries did you have?
Yeah, basically the injuries I had a sprained left knee and a fractured right thumb. I had whiplash, a major concussion. I had 2 broken ribs on my right side, and then I have a fractured back. And what else? I think that's about it for my injuries. But the recovery process for me was 8 to 12 weeks. So my ribs are fully healed now. My concussion's obviously gone. My whiplash is gone. My fractured thumb is good. My sprained knee is gone. All I'm dealing with now is just my fractured back. I only have about a week and a half left on that. And like, I can start doing like physical, like super physical things again. Like I can do pretty physical things now, but like doctor-wise, I guess they would prefer me to wait. But that's kind of lame. I get super bored, but yeah, basically didn't die, so that's all that really matters.
Yeah, and I was in the hospital for roughly 2 days, which some of y'all may have seen in the hospital video that I posted a couple months ago. That's what that's from. But my recovery process, they said, was roughly 6 months to a year. But I went to the doctors on January 2nd, and they said I was fully healed, which was kind of surprised because that was only 1 month and a week after the accident happened. So, either the recovery process they were telling me was factual, and it's just, I don't know. I guess, you know, I'm still young. I'm only 18, so I guess you just heal really quickly. Which I understand, because I went to the doctor that day feeling fine, so I assumed I was alright. So when they told me, I wasn't crazy too surprised. But that's probably definitely, Jackson probably agree, that was the closest we've both been to death anyways. That was for sure the closest we've ever been. Grim, do you have anything, any stories or anything not exactly relatable, but
not really that I've been close to death, but like I remember I was riding on my bike once, like my push bike, my BMX. Me and my friend were riding down the street, and I was like, bro, what if I just stand on the pegs on the front wheel and sit on the handlebars? So I did that. The bike flipped over me, hit me in the back of the head, and I popped the kneecap, and I couldn't walk on my leg for like 2 months.
That's pretty bad. I mean, I've dislocated.
That's the worst I've ever got.
Okay. I mean, I've dislocated my knee before, at school. That was pretty rough. That didn't feel good. So I remember that was tough too. I actually, at that point when that had happened, I actually hadn't signed the syllabus yet with the waiver. so I was injured without signing that, which was, I mean, I didn't end up saying anything, because, I mean, it was whatever. I was going to be fine anyways, but that was also something I was kind of worried about.
Oh, God. I hate thinking about that. Like, it probably looks so gross when it happened.
Oh, I didn't look at it, but there was just a giant bulge through my pant leg where my knee was.
Okay.
Dude, it was so bad to like the point where like the paramedic showed up and I could hear the one paramedic and the guy go, "Bro, this guy's like just fucked up." I was like, "Bro, I don't need to hear that, man. I understand."
Don't say that.
I heard him say it, dude.
We're gonna have to amputate his leg. See ya, dude.
Dude, like they saw it and their like eyes like lit up, and I was like, "Dude, it can't be that bad, right?"
5 seconds before insertion.
I went to the hospital later and they were like, your dislocation out of 10 for like how bad it was like a 9, but I had no structural damage. They said on like a scale of 1 to 10 how lucky you were, you're like a 10. Like you should have had something wrong with your leg, but you got really lucky.
Corey's just a lucky dude.
Yeah.
Injuries.
I like to survive car crashes and dislocating parts of my body, dude.
Honestly, just put that in the Tinder profile.
Put that on my Tinder
hell yeah.
profile?
Walks on the beach.
Bitches are always thinking.
Yeah.
JJ made a Tinder profile.
Did he really? Wow.
Yeah, he said that when we got
No,
there.
just
Why? I don't see the point of making a Tinder profile.
See,
Like,
I could
is it
never
that important
do
to, like, date
dating
people?
apps. That seems kind of... It's not weird, I just don't see myself ever doing that, which I mean, at the rate I'm going at, I may have to, honestly. But, I just
Well,
don't see
No,
myself...
What you do is say that you're really old and sick and you're gonna die soon, and that you're a millionaire and you'll get any shit you want because they want you for your money.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what you.
that's what I
great.
want. I hope they want me for my money.
I've had like
It's all about the money,
a few injury stories. One time when I was a kid, I'd say I was probably in the 5th grade, like 5th grade summer, so going into 6th grade. I was over at my friend Danny's house, and we had just seen like the Hunger Games, I believe.
Right?
And he wanted to have like a Hunger Games themed
Oh,
birthday
God.
party.
Oh,
So
oh,
I
okay.
was like,
I'm gonna
was
try
like,
this
okay.
real Hunger Games.
yeah, hell yeah, dude. Lit in his backyard.
Hey.
Anyways,
fuck
this
yeah.
does involve his backyard. So we're in his backyard, and there's this tree in his backyard, and there's like this branch, and he's like, I want that for my bow and arrow. Because Katniss, I like the bow and arrow, whatever. So obviously me, I was like 4'7", and he's always like towered over me, but he was like, all right, I'm gonna lift you up there, and then like you can break the branch off so I can have it. So I was like, okay, that sounds fine. So there was like some sticker bushes like beneath the tree, so we went to the other side of the tree to get up. So he lifted me up and he put me up there, but we didn't know the tree was like dead, so like all the branches were super weak. So when I got up there, I laid on a branch to try and put myself up, but the branch broke, and I like landed in the bush and fractured my foot in like 2
Ooh.
different spots. You know, and
Damn.
like he was like, "Are you okay?" Like I was fine at first, and as soon as he said, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Fuck, probably not." So I just started screaming. It was fantastic.
Just scream, just lay it out, dude.
I was like, ah! Yeah, dude, it was awful. So I go to the doctors and like they gave me the boo. They're like, okay, stay off this for like 6 weeks. So I'm like, okay. And it was summer break, so obviously I was home, so I was doing nothing, and my mom had work, and I was so bored. So I was like, fuck it. So I put my boot on, got up off the couch, and went and bounced on my trampoline.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I actually
Dude.
it didn't affect my leg at all, but it just wasn't the best idea. I was like jumping off my roof onto the trampoline and stuff,
Oh my god.
and like with my boot
What
on.
the
and
fuck, Jackson?
yeah, another dumb Jackson moment. I was like 4. There was this plank of wood, and there was like 100 nails in it. Ooh, that's a dinger for Josh Johnson, Oppo Taco. Anyway, so there was this board, and there was just like 100 nails in it, like sticking up, and it was by our apartment building. And I was with Talia outside, and she was like, I dare you to step on that. And Talia was like 6, and I was like, fuck it, okay, say less. It sounds dumb litty, bro. So I did it because I was like, it'll probably only go through my shoe, but not my sock. Because I was 4
Oh, bro, that's
and dumb.
The logic.
So yeah, so I took a step on the board, and the nail went straight through my foot.
Oh.
Because I literally like stomped on the nail. I didn't just like
Why
step
would
on it. I was like full send, bro. So I stomped like as hard as I could on my foot, and then I would get like a tetanus shot, and my mom was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, that was a pretty good moment in my life.
This injury isn't exactly related to me, but back when I used to play for Pacific Little League, like my parents and my brother would be at the games, and my brother would get like, you know, he's not too big into sports, so he wouldn't be watching the game so much, but there's like a play area and stuff over there. So Jack would go over and play in the play area or play with other kids or whatnot. And I think I was up to bat. And so I'm like fully focused on, you know, on the situation at hand. You know, I'm, you know, trying to obviously hit a fucking dinger, and all you hear in the background is bing, and it's the sound of Jack's head just ringing off of like an iron, like off like one of those iron bars that you swing on and whatnot. And literally the entire game stops, and it's just Jack screaming, dude. And you just hear ding really, really loud. And like that was in the 4th inning, and we finished the game, and I went over to him. I swear to God, it was like a B-size cut boob just stuck on the side of his forehead, just like he was growing a second head, dude. Damn. I can't believe he didn't get concussion, dude. It was unbelievable. I can't even imagine how it happened.
Yeah, what the fuck was he just like running? And
I have no idea.
Just headbutted it.
Yeah, I was like, dude, what are you doing? Or one time, like, my brother was like not the biggest kid, so this like older kid took my brother. Like my brother used to have his favorite stick that he would have, that he would take all the games to. With that, he probably held onto that.
I used to have a favorite stick.
He probably held onto this stick for like a year, and this older kid went up and took his stick and broke it in half right in front of him. And I have never heard my mom yell at some kid so loud. I mean, my mom was straight up cussing out this kid, dude. This kid was probably 12, and my brother was like 8, and she was just letting the kid have it once again in the middle of a game. So all you hear in the background is, "What the fuck are you doing? That's my son's favorite stick. I'm gonna beat your fucking."
That's my son's favorite stick.
Yeah,
dude.
Because you know, my was just some little 8-year-old, and there's just 12 that just went up to him, took a stick, and then broke it right in front of his face.
Your mom loves Jack too.
Yeah, so my mom was heated, and
sorry, Corey, you're not the favorite.
That, and then all their parents got involved. Oh, that was a tough one too. In the middle of the game. Do you have any other? Does anyone have any sports-related injuries? Anything you got done
injuries
during not exactly during a game or anything, but while playing a sport?
Yeah. So I used to play soccer. I was a pretty good soccer player. I led my league in scoring for 3 years straight. I took a break, and I came back and did it twice. Pretty good after that, and then I couldn't play because I got to like 16, so I was too old. And it was like the age was from like, I think the first group was like 9 to like 11, and then it was like 13 to 16.
10 seconds to go.
I was playing soccer. We played on this awful field.
In 5 seconds.
And there's this one team that we played, and this kid named Abraham, and all of us hated him, and we just wanted him to die. Because he always like so good against us.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
So he was
no, he was on the other team. But he was a forward, and this field is like awful. And he was running down the field, and his foot got like stuck in a hole, and his ankle was backwards.
Oh.
And it was so fucking awful to see. It was disgusting. It was absolutely gross. But that's like the only sports.
You want to hear a funny story You want to hear how overprotective I am as a brother?
Sure.
God damn it.
Some kid, right? We were at a like this park or some shit, and alright, so I don't know. It was like a playground kind of thing, but like inside. It was like an indoors playground. I don't know what to fucking call it. It's called Crazy Monkeys. I don't know if you guys have that there or not.
No.
But everyone was chilling in there. My brother went to go down the slide. Some kid grabbed his shirt, pulled him back, ended up choking him, and like went in front of him. So I went down straight after him. This kid stood up at the bottom of the fucking slide. I slid down and hit his legs, and he did like a full 180 and landed on his head.
Sounds like such a grim thing to do. Oh my god.
I know their parents got really mad at me, and I got banned from going in there anymore.
Oh my god.
I don't know what happened to that kid.
Banned from 2 places in my life. I was
straight up banned.
Yeah, I was banned from Whole Foods for a year because I was with Sine.
I remember that.
We stole food and they caught us, and I was like, okay. And then the second time I was banned, I was also with Sine. My sophomore year, when I first moved to Meadowdale High School, I just moved to Meadowdale High School, so I was friends with Sine's friends and Sine because he was the only person I knew there. So basically, it was like testing week where sophomores had like the 4 late starts, so we didn't have to get there until like 12:15ish or whatever. And so they're like, oh, let's go get breakfast. So I was like, bet. So we got up at like 8 a.m. and like, or they picked me up at like 8. And they're like, okay, we're gonna go get breakfast. So I was like, okay, dope. And then we were like, I was like, where are we gonna go? And they're like, we actually don't want breakfast. So let's just go to Chick-fil-A real quick. And I was like, okay, then we can just go chill. And they're like, yeah. But instead of chilling, oh, and take this too. Jeremiah, he was the one driving. He didn't have his license, and he took his dad's car.
Oh my god.
So that was also
I'd never get in that car.
Dude, so we drove all the way down into like Shoreline, and we went to like Shoreline or Shorewood High School, and like we were like walking around because Sine wanted to visit his friends, and we got caught, or we got stopped with a security guard. He's like, you guys need to be in class, and my dumbass, I was like, no, we actually don't go here. So, and they looked at me like I was like the fucking Antichrist.
Yeah.
Like Jeremiah, Hanok, and Sine looked at me like I was just the dumbest person alive. And honestly, I don't blame them because that was such a bad fucking move. And he was like, where'd you go? And I was like, Meadowdale High School. And they looked at me again like, what the fuck?
Stop talking, man.
Yeah. And he's like, all right,
shut the fuck up.
You guys need to leave right now. So we're like, okay. And like, we didn't think it was like a big deal. So we left. So they call Meadowdale High School, so when we get there, like they send us to the principal's office and they have like video footage of us pulling up, and like they know Jeremiah doesn't have his license, so he's driving like illegally. Basically, so they banned us from coming back to Shorewood High School ever again, so I can't go to Shorewood High School, and then we had to like do campus cleanup, and then I was like, dude, like I hope my parents don't find out. And then I was sitting in the senior cafe and they were all with me. They're like, dude, your parents won't find out. And as soon as they said that, literally not even a second later, Andrea's phone popped up on my name and she was calling. And she was like, where were you today? And I was like, school. And she was like, which one? I was like, fuck.
Yeah. That's when you know it's over.
Luckily I didn't like get like a future license suspension or anything like that. I just got like campus cleanup, and they didn't even get too mad at me, but it was just a whole fucked up situation. But now I'm banned from Shorewood, so I can't even go to like sporting events there. It's pretty great.
Do you think they have your photo on stock or something, dude?
Dude, probably. I fucking doubt it.
Agent now. Alright, you have to come in, you have to get a new photo. A new banned photo.
But I've been banned from those places. Honestly, I haven't been banned from anywhere else that I can remember.
I've never been banned from anywhere. One time I probably should have been
from like 3 schools.
I should have been banned probably from Walmart, because this was back when, remember when we were, this was probably like 2 summers ago, back when people, the thing to do was to go into like a supermarket and build like paper towel forts, like inside all the paper towels.
Oh,
Yeah.
So me, Bailey, and Jack decided it'd be a great idea to go and build a paper towel fort inside Walmart. So we go ahead and go all the way to Walmart. And we get inside, and the toilet paper section is on like honestly like in the discreet area, like in a corner. So like, all right, this looks good. You know, we actually have a chance. So we all start getting in there, start doing our thing, and then all of a sudden we hear like a radio go off, and you know, if it's a radio, then I mean it's an employee. So I dip out because I wasn't trying to get caught, and Bailey and Jack just wall themselves off inside, and he comes up to me. And he's like, are you guys doing like one of those paper towel forts everyone's been doing here? And I was like, no, come on, we're not doing that. We're just getting some paper, we're just getting some toilet paper, man. It's no big deal. So he walks away. And then this other kid, just some kid comes up walking around the corner. And he grabs one of the paper towels, and literally Bailey's head is just poking straight through it. And Bailey goes, shh. It was so funny
Like,
because it literally he picked up the perfect wall. He picked the perfect toilet paper where Bailey actually was. It was so funny.
That's great.
So I probably should have been banned from Walmart, but I've never been banned for anywhere. I don't have a lot
I've
of.
been banned from like 3 schools.
Why are you banned from?
I also have a criminal record.
Yeah,
we know.
yeah, we know because you
My-
run from
my
cops
favorite-
on a
My
bike.
favorite grim moment that's happened while I've known him is when we pranked him and told him that I was having a
Oh
child.
yeah,
or
when
that I
Jackson,
had a
Oh my
child.
God.
Jackson told me that he had 2 kids.
Friendlies were eliminated.
Yeah, and that I was getting married to Zany.
Yeah, that he was getting married and shit.
That's funny. Or no.
No, yeah, you were
Zanny, I was
no.
originally getting married to Zanny, but then remember
Yeah.
someone slipped up and she
That
became
was
my
me.
sister.
Yeah, that was
And
me.
then who was I gonna marry?
Alexis.
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 That's so funny.
Well, that went on
Oh,
for like a
God.
month.
Dude, that honestly went on for so much
We had
longer
to
than
start
I thought.
including multiple people in it because people were gonna slip
You
up and say
included
something.
like
I included
and,
Jason,
got in on
Dayton,
it, Lucas got in on it, Dayton
Lucas.
did,
Yeah, Lucas got it. Everyone got
great.
in on it. It was so great. That was really good. And it was really funny when you ended up
Honestly,
finding out too.
just
That was
Best
funny.
work we've ever done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was some of our best work for sure.
Dude,
I don't know.
God damn it, Wade LeBlanc. He's given up 3 home runs.
I don't know. I'm trying to remember sport. One time I was at All-Star tryouts. It was like the first year you were eligible for like All-Stars. I was probably like 10 or something. And this was the only year I didn't make All-Stars. Every other year I did, but I didn't make it this year because we were warming up. And so we were just playing catch and whatnot. And someone calls my name right as the kid I'm playing catch with throws the ball, doinks me right in the head for sure. So then obviously I'm sitting there, I'm 10, so I'm crying. I got a ball thrown at me it's like straight in my forehead. So then I have to sit out the rest of the tryouts. So obviously I didn't make it. But I don't know any other sports injuries. I mean, I've slid into like the catcher before and whatnot, and I heard him go, "Tuh." You know, you just see cleat first. I've ran into someone that was covering first base. He was in my way. So I just trucked
Gary
him.
Sanchez just went yah-yah, and now I'm only down by what? 2?
So I choked. I know I didn't choke him. I trucked him, and then everyone in the crowd goes, "Oh!" Because you know, my glasses fall off, his glove falls off, he hits the floor. But not exactly an injury related to sports. And Grim doesn't play sports, so.
Actually, no. I was playing football for a while, like Australian football, and there was this kid that was pissing me off because he kept like running in front of me when the ball was coming. So I kicked him in the leg. Like I kicked him in his kneecap and I broke his leg.
Oh my
And,
god.
yeah, they didn't let me play football anymore.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because you have anger management with everything that happens.
Fuck that
Yeah,
kid.
you
He's a
kicked a
bitch.
dude
He
in
kept
the
running in
leg.
front of me.
Oh, one time I broke my toe playing indoor mini basketball inside my own house.
Biohazard container and
The fuck?
secure it.
Inside your own.
I was just playing with my brother, and I literally was just going for a rebound, and I literally stepped over my own foot and put all the weight on my one toe and just completely broke it. And then I lost my. Obviously, with that, I lost my toe. My toenail ended up falling off, so I didn't have one for a while. That was kind of gross.
Oh, that'd be painful.
Yeah,
as
once I was
fuck.
lifting weights, and
well, I mean,
broke
it-
on my finger,
It was all.
did
I mean,
that.
it was all dead. It was all black and blue underneath, and all the blood was like dried up and whatnot. I actually had to wear like a specialized shoe for like a couple weeks, because it was broken.
For the people that don't have toes.
Don't just like to flex on people who don't have
Yeah,
toes.
Bruce's toe. Yeah.
Yeah. I love wearing normal shoes to flex on people that don't have toes.
Yeah, dude, it's lit.
Don't you ever just eat to flex on Africans that don't have food?
See, I wanted to post this until you said that.
Yeah. God.
God damn it. But I'm trying to think. I don't.
You can just cut that part out.
Protect the bio
Trying to
container.
think of other injuries. Or
I'm
near-death
pretty fortunate. I haven't had
experiences.
too many injuries or
One time
near-death
with
experiences.
someone that lived with me on my street, who still lives on my street today. My cul-de-sac's on a hill, and we went from the top of the hill to the bottom of the hill, running full speed, and we tripped on each other and landed in this great gravel slash concrete cement spot that was near my house. And we literally looked like a tiger. We were torn up from head to toe, just with stripes of cuts and bruises everywhere, from just literally crashing and hitting into each other. That was bad. But
Op 4 eliminated.
not exactly a specific injury. What else? Any other topics? We have a maximum of about 25 minutes left. If we want to, I'm trying to think. What other topics?
I don't know. I think we should honestly just end it with the injuries, because
Just keep it all rounded with injuries.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hope you guys enjoy. Just kind of a little chill,
wait.
laid back. Oh,
One more
Okay,
thing real
one more?
quick. There was this kid, you guys know like European handball, right? You know,
Yeah,
like four
yeah.
squares.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
You don't want
bro,
you don't
I
want
was
to test us
fucking
at
playing
handball.
that back-
Dude, no.
Bro, I was playing that when it was like popular when I was in like year 7, and this kid cut in line in front of me, so I punch him in the back of the head, and I knocked him out. I thought I killed him. I legit thought I killed him. Like, he just laid there, he was out cold. And I was like, bro, did I fucking kill him? And I asked my friend that was behind me, I'm like, hey, does he look dead? And he was like, what the fuck did you do?
Yeah.
Reinforcements in place.
Fuck, dude. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. It's a little laid back, chilled stage that we record it every once in a while, but hey, you know, if you guys like it, we'll do more. Make sure to leave ideas for us to talk about down in the comment section down below. That makes it a lot easier. Specific things you'd like us to talk about in the future. Hope you guys enjoyed this type of thing. Make sure to leave feedback for us down in the comments, what else you'd like to see. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us, Jackson and Grim. I'll leave their links down in the description below if you guys want to follow them on anything and or check out the first episode on Grim's channel. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.